Welcome back to Real Quick Picks. Today we're going to do UFC, Chiesa versus Magny. Last time we did Holloway versus Cater, UFC on ABC, and we got 7 out of 10 correct, which is better than Vegas. Let's see if we can do it again. And go ahead and, if you want to watch that, look in the description. I will leave a link. Now, at any rate, let's get started. As always, we do go through and pick the winners first, or the predictions, predict the winners first, and then after that, we will go ahead and talk about the whys. First, we have Victoria Leonardo beating Manon Fiorat. Umar Nurmagomedov versus Sergi Marazzov. Mike Davis losing to Mason Jones. Francisco Figueredo winning. Marcus Perez over Dolce, yes. Zakura Adeshev over Sue Madaru, yes. Ricky Simone winning. We got Omar Akhmedov, Lerone Murphy beating Douglas Silva de Andrade, Matt Schnell over Tyson Nam, Roxanne Modafferi over Viviane Arujo, Ike Villanueva uh, versus Vinicius Marrera, Munir Lazes versus Worley Alves, and Neil Magny versus Michael Chiesa in the main event. Alright, that is the picks. I'll go through the whys. Alright, let's talk about the whys for the predictions. First, we have Victoria Leonardo to beat Manon Fiorat. I watched both of these fighters. Victoria looked like she was a little more well-rounded, kind of willing to get tangled up, grapple, Muay Thai, clinch, things like that. Manon Fiorat seemed like she was more comfortable kind of backing up, punching. Um, I feel like Victoria's going to be able to close the gap, and then that will be it from there. I did see she got a rear naked choke finish. The fight I saw with Manon, she had I believe it was a decision win. Might have been a TK. I think it was a decision win, but her striking did look good. At any rate, I'm going with Victoria here. Umar Nurmagomedov versus Sergi Marazzov. I mean, um, he is Habib's cousin. Habib is the GOAT. What more can you say? Mike Davis versus Mason Jones. Mason Jones seems to be a black belt in several things, um, and there just seems to be a lot going for him. Sometimes he's also undefeated. Sometimes these things can be huge busts, but we'll see how it goes with this one. Francisco Figueredo, at first glance, you look at him and you say, "Whoa, that guy looks a lot like Davison, God of War um, Figueredo," and he is. Not him, but he looks like him because it is his brother. I'm going to go ahead and go with the genetics here and pick him. Marcus Perez over Dolce Lengiambola. Honestly, I watched both of these guys fight, and I like Marcus Perez better. He just looked like the better stand-up fighter. His punches and kicks looked like they had a little more power, meat behind them. Um, I'm going to go with him in this one. I feel like that's going to be a stand-up fight, and he's going to be able to outpoint Dolce there. Sue Maderhi versus Zucker Adashev. Sue, I saw both of these guys fight. Sue's fight was like kind of like weird, dancey. I think of what's his name? Is it Michael Pereira? Is that the guy that kind of dances around the cage? It reminded me of that. Zakur Adashev, kind of I think I saw a kickboxing match, and he just kind of looked like he was willing to bite down on his mouthpiece and throw hooks. I'm kind of into that, so hopefully he can land one of these flush and get a KO. I'm predicting him. I like his stand up a little better. And by that I mean aesthetically, not necessarily skill wise. Although it's kind of hard to say. Whatever. Ricky Simone Simon versus Gintano Perello. I'm going to go with Ricky Simon here. He is a great wrestler. Gitano Perello, I saw two matches. One of them, he was being the aggressor, pushing the guy up against the cage. The other one, he was getting taken down with ease. I'm going to go with Ricky Simon here. Omari Akhmedov, Tom Breeze. This was originally scheduled for UFC on ABC. You can go ahead and check that out. My video on my review there. It is in it. I'll put that link in the description. Since it was originally scheduled there, I put it on that card or that video. I got canceled like an hour prior. I'm pretty sure. Uh, Lerone Murphy versus Douglas Silva de Andrade. I am going to go with, I believe he's also undefeated, but on top of being undefeated, I'm going to go with age here. I think we have a 29-year-old versus a 35-year-old. Quite the age difference. I'm going to go with Lerone here. Matt Schnell versus Tyson Nam. This is kind of the same scenario. I believe we have a 31-year-old or 33-year-old versus a 37-year-old. Tyson Nam has been having some pretty sick knockouts lately, however, so maybe I will eat my words with this one. But I'm going to go with Matt Schnell to get the Dana White grin of approval. Roxanne Modafferi versus Viviane Arujo. Um, I'm going to go with Roxanne here. Now, I really want to go with Viviane due to age, but they're both kind of up there with a 34-year-old versus a 38-year-old. However, Roxanne just keeps winning decisions. I feel like it's going to be another one of those things. And if you can win decisions, you're kind of a god amongst women when it comes not really that, but a higher skill set above if you can grind out decisions, because I feel like women fights go to decisions all the time, or fights within the women's division, and yeah, at any rate, I think Roxanne's going to win a decision. I guess there's a chance Vivian can back up and punch, but I think Roxanne's going to be able to get close, take her down, and lay on her for long enough. We got Ike Villanueva versus Vinicius Marrera. I have no clue why this fight is so high up. Um, I mean, at all. I think both these guys are on quite the losing streak. I saw him lose to Jordan Wright, guy who just got knocked out for the second time, or knocked out to, not for the second time, but got knocked out. Anyway, um, so I saw his fight. It was short. Didn't get to see much. I didn't see anything here. Honestly, I didn't really want to look into this one. I got kind of lazy. I feel like I like this guy's tattoos. Um, I like Ike's tattoos less, so I'm going to go with Vinicius here. Minor Lasses versus Warley Alves. This was a hard one to pick. I'm excited for this fight. They both have similar records. Um, Warley has It almost seems like he has better experience. He's been in there with the Kamaru Usmans, Colby Covingtons, but Munir Lazes is just kind of on. Honestly, I just saw him fighting, and I liked his striking. His nickname is the Sniper. That sounds like, you know, buttons being landed on to me, if you will. So I'm going to go ahead and go with Munir Lazes for this one. I'm not going to lie, though, this one and this one, I'm not too sure about. This one, I was just straight up lazy. This one, both of the fighters look like very tough cookies to me. Michael Chiesa versus Neil Magny for the main event. I'm going with Neil Magny here because Michael Chiesa kind of just... I feel like he only wins fights that are pretty lopsided. He beat Diego Sanchez, who's in whatever land, with him and his coach. God forbid they hear this and then come after me. And then he beat, I think it was Carlos Condit, not Condit. He beat Carlos Condit with a Kimura, I think. He like twisted his arm. Um, and then he beat RDA when he was like bigger. RDA at 170. It's just not the same. I feel like Michael Chiesa just wants to come up to you and grab you. Neil Magny, I feel like he's too skilled and experienced to let that happen. I feel like he's going to keep it standing, outpace him. Man, I think it's going to be a long night for Michael Chiesa. I feel like there's a big step up in competition that he's had for a while. The last time he's had competition at this level, I feel like he had an Anthony Pettis who he was bigger than. He got out-grappled. And then he fought Kevin Lee, who he's not as much bigger than I think. I think Kevin Lee's honestly a huge 155er in my opinion, but um, he is bigger than Kevin Lee, I'd say. Kevin Lee is on the smaller end of 170, and I'd say Michael's right there on average on the 170 size. But at any rate, I just feel like Michael Chiesa just kind of loses those matches where the opponent is somewhat competent. If the chips aren't stacked completely against the opponent, then I feel like Michael Chiesa is just not clutch enough. But anyway, that's my review for them. I'm excited to tune in and see how I do. Always trying to be Vegas, of course. But yeah, thanks for watching. Again, this was UFC Michael Chiesa versus Neil Magny. Um, and yeah, whatever. Thanks for watching. See you guys. Bye.